So your experience in, again, would you mind sharing what exactly that you did in the ring?
Um,
We set up an obstacle course and you had three obstacles, which each obstacle was assigned an obstacle in your life.
yep,
And can you describe what that was all about?
sure, yeah. The first obstacle was the pipe, and we had to walk over, and it was my fear of failure. And when we got to the pipe, and I had to go over with Phoenix what I felt about failure, what was my fear of failure about, and having physical disabilities that I've had my whole life. He actually pointed out one of my weaker legs and basically said, you have to go over this you have to go over this obstacle yourself, because your physical abilities are not going to stop you. It's not going to make you fail. So we did it together, but he made me stop and go back and around and walk over it with him. He wouldn't just let me push him over, drag him over this obstacle by myself.
Right.
So, and then it was halfway, it was like he knew, before you get to the next obstacle, let's talk about this, stop and think about it. And the second obstacle was walking through these two pylons that were not very far apart, so I don't know how, I was trying to figure out how I was going to get this beautiful horse, this big horse, through with myself and him through this pylons that I had chosen to put so close together. And that was I'm trying to think of the second obstacle. Is the self-worth.
Right.
And I had to basically go through why don't I think I have self-worth? What's causing me to stop myself to go through this obstacle? So it was about having faith in yourself and just trusting that you can do it. You have the power to do whatever it is that you put your mind to. So as soon as I started going over those things in my head, Phoenix started walking through that with me. So we went through. The third obstacle was having to go around a tire, and in the tire was going to be my beliefs and all of the beliefs that I have had structured in my entire life. So everyone grows up in a family, and that family has their set of beliefs, and sometimes you don't get to experience anything outside of that. So having Phoenix to go around this tire, I had to get him to go around this little tire. He took his time and stopped halfway and put his nose in the center of the tire, which made me understand the symbolism of what he was doing was what is in the center of my beliefs. And I had to reflect on that and understand that, no matter what you believe in, it's okay to go outside your comfort zone, that you may not have taught that belief, but it's okay to just take a chance, a leap of faith. So at that point, that's when Phoenix allowed me to go around, although we had to stop a few times, and I still had to self-reflect on my beliefs and that they don't have to be so rigid. So we finally got around, and off to the finish line we went, but he made me stop halfway and think about these three things. I had to reflect on the three set of obstacles, and I went over it in my head. And they're doing some snorting back there for affirmation.
Affirmations, yes. Yeah.
So when I got through the third obstacle and we were halfway to the finish line, Phoenix stopped and would not budge. And I went through all my three obstacles and reflected on them and what I had learned. But even though I went through them, he was still not going to budge. And I finally realized he had made me understand that I actually had to see myself at the finish line with him before I actually went there. So it was sort of like the law of attraction. You had to visualize yourself having finished with him and successfully gone through it before it could actually happen. And that, to me, is something that I've been working on lately, is if you visualize yourself with abundance and you visualize yourself happy, then that's what you're going to be. But you have to think about it before you have to bring it into your life and make it real before it happens. And as soon as I did that and I pictured us finished there, Phoenix just so happily walked over to the finish line, and there we were.
So did you, going through this experience and reaching the finish line, as you so eloquently put it, do you think it was easier doing it with the horses than just sitting and trying to work through it on your own?
Absolutely. I mean, these are things I've been working on for a really long time. And it took us, 20 minutes maybe. And here, you know, as soon as I reached the fence post to initiate this process with Phoenix, Phoenix helped me choose the 3 obstacles. It's sort of like he brought it out in me, and I could just sense that these are the things I needed to work on. And as soon as I did, he had a release, and I knew that, wow, these are the 3 things, and they are really important to me. And it is something that I've been working on for a long time. But to put it together in one ring in 20 minutes with this beautiful animal, it was life-changing.
Thank you.
Thank you.